Good evening. Now let's start our talk show, episode 92. The only things that stand between you and your dream is the will to try and believe that is actually possible. It's a beautiful quote quoted by Joel Brown. So, with this quote, I would like to bring our talk show named Conversation with Consultants with episode 92 of our guest talk series. Good evening, everyone. I am Rima Kumari, ECR coordinator of SKANG, and I am your host for today's talk show. Before I begin our talk show, let me briefly introduce SK Associates and Group. We are an ISO certified management consulting firm registered under the MSMED Act 2006 with the Government of India. Our mission is to providing consulting service to student entrepreneurs globally, covering areas such as compliance, operations, marketing, research and development, human capital, strategic and operations. Our passion lies in helping these budding entrepreneurs bringing their dreams to life and contribute to global economics growth. Entrepreneurship is a catalyst for change and innovation. It's a powerful force that can reshape industries, transform lives, and make the world a better place. We are committed to supporting student entrepreneurs on their journey, equipping them with the tools, knowledge, and network they need to succeed. Now, before I begin our show, let's take a moment to introduce our guest for today. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome Dr. Ammar Younas, CEO of iMo Innovation Consultants, to this special event. We are truly honored by your presence today, and we are delighted to have you there here in this talk show to share your insight with us. We would like to start this interview. Our first question for you: what's your definition of entrepreneurship and how was it involved?
First of all, thank you very much to you and the SK Associate and Group for inviting me and providing me with this opportunity to share some of my thoughts and experiences. It is a wonderful series where individuals from different backgrounds are invited to share their thoughts with those who are just trying to step into the field, namely entrepreneurship. So for me, entrepreneurship is the ability to build something which provides solutions at the edge of uncertainty. So earlier, as we know, it was about speed, it was about disruption, who brings something new. But today, especially with all these new innovation technologies, artificial intelligence, and regulations, entrepreneurship has evolved into a responsible innovation itself, where business, law, ethics, and long-term societal impacts intersect. So entrepreneurship is not just about making profit; it is about how you can create better impact on the society and, in the long run, what you are giving to the humanity.
Great. Moving with the next question: what's the biggest challenge entrepreneurs face today?
I think that there are many challenges, of course, when we talk about law and innovation. Law is not evolving with the speed at which innovation is emerging. So I think that the biggest challenge for entrepreneur is navigating these complexities, different tools, for example, artificial intelligence, regulations, geopolitics, and nowadays fast-changing markets. All of these things, they are happening parallel to each other. So many founders, they move fast, but they underestimate how the market will react, how the governance will react, what are the risks there are, so which somehow slow down their speed. So this is the biggest challenge, that how to navigate these complex issues.
Nice. Your next question is: how do you foster a culture of innovation within your organization?
So, well, when it comes to our organization, we have given free hands to our employees, and we encourage intellectual experimentation, I would say. So, ideas are welcome. If someone has a good idea, we sit and listen to him, and we try to appreciate that person, even if we are not planning to implement this, but just because he brought an idea on the table, we appreciate that individual. So there are, of course, real constraints when it comes to the implementation of those ideas. As I mentioned earlier, there are, market fluctuations, laws and regulations, and different constraints. But innovation works best when creativity and discipline they coexist, and the leaders, especially in entrepreneur type of organization, they appreciate the ideas. So this is how we, somehow try to foster the culture of innovation within our organization. Means we ask everyone to bring ideas, then we listen to those ideas, then we comment on those ideas, and next time they bring more refined ideas.
That sounds good. Uh, Moving with the next question, how do you stay ahead in the innovation game?
So there are different, events I would like to highlight, especially in the business in pre-COVID area and post-COVID area. So the post-COVID area has given us so many tools, especially with regard to the technology, the adaptation of technology. Traditional business had shifted from traditional business to the e-commerce. So integration of the new innovation technologies into the businesses has given us an edge. So almost all the employees in our company, they work from home. We appreciate this type of culture because they feel more relaxed. And the other thing is the web of thoughts. So it is, to our understanding, it is a very traditional sort of approach to recruit specialized individuals for specialized tasks. We think that sometimes we have to bring individuals with multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary background. So individuals coming from different fields, sometimes they perform better in specialized domain. So all of our employees, they come from different backgrounds, from medicine, from engineering, from art and philosophy, and they have their own perspective about a problem. So this is something which we think that keep us ahead, in innovation game.
Great. The next question is, what's the most important skill for entrepreneurs to develop?
So I think that there are many skills nowadays, especially we should stay connected to the technology. And the biggest intellectual skill, I think that it is a strategic judgment. Strategic judgment means they should predict what is coming in the market, and how to, you know develop their skills beforehand, even before that thing is in the market. So not every opportunity is worth pursuing, of course, but the ability to decide what we need right now and what is going to happen in future, this is the skill which entrepreneurs should develop.
Nice. Your next question is, how do you approach risk taking in business?
So as a lawyer myself, as an entrepreneur, we don't see risk as a threat. We don't see risk as, emotionally. We think that risk is sometimes is an opportunity. So we break down the risk into different categories. If it is related to the market, if it is related to the law, if it is related to the finances, and then decide which risks are acceptable, how to prioritize them, risks are manageable or not. And this smart risk taking gives us sometimes more opportunities. So if the risk is reckless, it is dangerous. But if risk is structured and you can play this risk in your own benefit, so categorization of risk into different categories and then approach that risk, according to the demands of the risk, it can be sometimes beneficial.
Great. Your next question is, what's your take on failure in entrepreneurship?
So a failure is the part of the journey sometime. So failure is something which gives you an opportunity to think about your future, how the organization is working. And I think that failure is sometimes beneficial for the organizations. So whenever there is a failure, we take it as a learning opportunity. The failure is not the dead end. Failure is a kind of learning opportunity. We negotiate among themselves. We fail with awareness, and then we reflect on our negligence and try to learn from that failure.
It sounds good. Your next question is, how does you identify new business opportunities?
We have different um, individuals who have good networking and marketing, I would say. So first of all, through the individuals, we try to identify new business opportunities through our connections. Uh, on the other side, from the learning point of view, we look into the regulatory gaps, the institutions, the insufficiencies, what is new coming, especially in terms of marketing, the technological transaction. We know that previously everyone was talking about internet, and nowadays everyone is talking about artificial intelligence. So the places where systems haven't yet caught up, this is a business opportunity, and where there we find sustainable opportunities. So first of all, through the networking and marketing, through the connections and the individuals, and secondly, to find the gaps, what is needed by other organizations like us. This is how we find business opportunities.
It sounds good. And your next question is, what's your strategy for staying adaptable in a changing market?
Uh, One of the thing is that we avoid the rigidity. We avoid rigid models. So we adopt different modular strategies that can adjust different types of legal system, different cultures, different organizational behaviors, and market shifts. So I think that the strategy is the adaptability. Adaptability today is a structural choice, and especially for entrepreneur or small organizations, it is not a big deal. So adaptability by choice, and it shouldn't be a reaction. So I think that this is the biggest strategy, that avoiding some sort of rigid models, and also the hierarchy. Some traditional business, they have a very strict hierarchy, that one person is a boss and other are the team members. So we don't have this type of hierarchy in our organization. This is also a strategy. We shift our roles, and hierarchy also shift according to the demands of the business.
Great. And your next question is, how do you prioritize innovation within your company?
So we don't randomly just adopt everything what is new in the market. So innovation is prioritized when it solves some real problems related to our day-to-day task, and especially when it comes with a cost, then you have to be extra conscious. So the long-term credibility of the innovation. If the innovation is just for the sake of innovation that everyone is adopting, we don't do this. So not every new tool or trend, it deserves adaptation. So you have to sometimes step back and think that this thing is demanded by our business or our individuals or not. It helps us in solving the real problems or not. Only then we prioritize the innovation.
It sounds good. Um, Moving with the next question, how do you balance short term goals with long term vision?
So when it comes to the short term goals, they are they are the tests. They are not destinations. So we treat the short term goals as our test, not as a destination. If a short term goal, it wins the profitability, or if a short term wins um, some sort of benefit, or it underestimates the trust or compliance or reputation, then it is not worth pursuing. So sometimes it happens that short term goal brings a lot of money, but at the cost of your reputation, or you have to lose someone in your company. So we don't you take this sort of risk. We have to balance. That's this short term goal is bringing more profitability, but is what is the long term consequences of that thing. So the short term, sometimes they are a test to determine that we have to do it as our destination or not.
Nice. Your next question is, what's the role of AI in driving business growth?
So I would say that AI is like electricity. AI is everywhere. So AI is a force. which multiplies. It is a force multiplier. So previously you had to hire individuals for each task. Now you can do everything with the help of AI. Lot many tools, especially with the integration of AI agents into the businesses. The human judgment, governance, and accountability has speed up. So the growth which is coming, which is driven by the AI, is very beneficial for the business as a whole. On the other side, it gives us an opportunity to reskill, flip, and switch our roles. So if a task is being done by AI, it is a time for humans to rethink that what they can do. So AI without oversight definitely creates so many legal and regulatory or ethical challenges that will eventually value uh, in the long run that will damage our value. So when it comes to the AI, we should take AI as a tool. On the other side, we should upgrade our human skills, and also we should provide the foresight and overview of the AI. So the humans should always have upper hand. On the other side, we should integrate tools into our businesses for the better growth, because they can do the multiplication, they can perform the task of individual human work at a much better speed, at a much better quality. Yes.
Nice. Um, your next question is, what's your advice for entrepreneurs looking to scale?
I think that when it comes to the entrepreneurs, so I think that first of all we should think about investing on ourselves, not on scaling the profitability or making money, or generating revenue in more business terminologies. So I think that try to think about yourself, that the money which you are making in terms of profit at initial stages, try to reinvest on yourself. So this is something which is very important. And also scale governance, the contracts or the decision frameworks. These are some of the things which we miss when the money starts flowing in. So many businesses collapse not because they don't grow, but because they grow unprepared. So the main advice which I will give to the youngsters and an entrepreneur is to make money and then reinvest this money on yourself, upgrade your skills, and then keep in mind the regulatory part of your business, because most of the time we just ignore that part.
Okay. Moving with the next question, how do you build and maintain a strong team?
I already mentioned that in our team we appreciate ideas. I personally prioritize values, integrity, and intellectual curiosity. So sometimes honesty matters more than the money which you are bringing. So with our clients also and with our team also. So skills can be taught. You can train an individual to learn how to operate a software, or even some intrapersonal skills. But when it comes to the judgment and ethics, this is something which is difficult to build. It is very hard to install later on. So if an individual is honest, and if the individual is intellectually curious, if it comes up with the idea, we prioritize that individual over someone who comes with the specialized skills. So this is how we build and maintain a strong team, that people feel appreciated and they come up with the ideas and they know that their ideas will be listened and appreciated.
Okay, great. Your next question is, how do you approach networking and partnership?
Yeah, we discussed about this, that uh, we should focus on trust based and long term partnerships. I am very much interested in individuals who invest their time, stamina, energy, and resources in relationship. I am less interested in volume or more in alignment, especially when it comes to the money. So the things which are related to the interpersonal skills and the honesty of the individuals, especially cross borders and culture, it is becoming more difficult because you have very less time to negotiate with the clients. But if you see that that individual is honest, and this is a human judgment, you can judge by talking to someone. So if you think that this person is a good connection for the long term, we prioritize that person. And most of the time, your human judgment, your instincts tell you that this person is going to be beneficial for you in the long run. So the long term trust based relationships, they are a key for strong networking, because that individual will bring more individuals to you. So one client or one colleague who is satisfied with your dealing, and you have invested much time in that person, will bring you more good people to you.
Great. Your next question is, what's your take on work life balance as an entrepreneur?
So many people say that the work life balance is a myth. So if you enjoy your work, you shouldn't care about this work life balance. Your work should become your life. So I think that it is not about equal odds. It is about sustainability of the mind, and it is about your judgment, how much you are enjoying the process. And of course, if you are not enjoying what you are doing, you will face burnouts, and these burnouts, they leads to the poor decisions, which is very costly in leadership roles. So when it comes to the work life balance, you should make your life, you should design your work in a way that it should become the part of your life. Yes. And you should enjoy the process. If you are not enjoying the process, it doesn't matter how much time you are dedicating to your business. Okay. So it is not about astronomical hours, it is about your psychological sustainability. If you are enjoying, you can keep working. If you are not enjoying, even if you are getting a huge amount of money as your salary or profitability is high, you will not ultimately give up.
Nice. Moving with the next question, how do you stay motivated during tough times?
I already mentioned that we should enjoy the process. So, if you ground yourself into the purpose, then uh, you know then you forget about the outcomes, because you are enjoying the process. So when your work is connected to the impact, so this impact can be on your personality, it can be on the society as well. So when you focus on the impact of your work on your personality, on your family, on your society, uh, then you don't care about the outcomes. So the motivation survives these temporary step backs, because your motivation is high, you are doing good something for yourself, for your family, or for the society. So during the tough times, if you become goal oriented, I think that it will increase the pressure. But if you try to give as much as you can give, and with honesty, then you will just not care about the outcomes, because ultimately it is about the mental satisfaction. You will feel that you performed well, you gave your best, and this was the destiny, so you won't care about the outcome. This is how I try to survive these tough times.
It sounds good. Moving with the next question, what's the most important trait for entrepreneurs to have?
So, when it comes to the trade, it is not about the skill. I think that resilience with reflection, and persistency, and the hard work, only if you are enjoying the process. Yes, the persistence alone isn't enough. So you must evolve when you pass through these different stages. So I think that the most important trait is to be persistent, not think about immediate outcomes, think about long term, be kind to yourself, and be positive. So there should be resilience, and at certain intervals you should keep reflecting on what you are doing. So I think that this is the most important trait.
Okay. Moving with the next question, how do you validate business ideas?
So when it comes to the validation, there are possibilities to do the due diligence and to do the risk management. And so through, you can say that the early kind of legal market or user validation, there are tools available which you can use, and then you can think about the business ideas. But uh, if an idea fails, I think that it fails usually because there are some regulatory issues, financial constraints. But on the other side, if even if an idea fails, it is a learning opportunity, because it will save your time in the long run. So the time and the capital which you will invest right now, idea fails, next time you will not invest that time and capital on that idea, but you will learn from this failed idea. So this is how we validate an idea, like we apply the tools which are available: legal, regulatory, marketing, or the user validation, the market analysis, the due diligence. Even after that we fail, still it is taken as a good learning opportunity, because next time you will not repeat it. Yes.
Nice. Your next question is, what's your approach to customer centric innovation?
Most of the innovations, they are customer centric innovations, because we don't even, the individuals or the companies or scientists, they are investing uh, their intellectual capabilities on that thing which is bringing them the financial gains. So I focus on trust centric innovations. The customers stay loyal when they feel protected, they feel respected, and they feel understood, not just impressed by the features. So sometimes you bring innovation. This innovation looks very attractive, but it is not beneficial for the customer. So even if some company is offering an innovative solution to someone, the customer will come to you because he has trust on you. So uh, again, it comes to the interpersonal relationship with your customers. So the trust centric innovation, that like you don't ask your customers to buy something innovative and expensive. You suggest your customers to buy and go for something which is valuable for them, and next time also they will come to you.
Nice. Your next question is, how do you leverage technology to drive business growth?
So technology and its use is inevitable. Yes, we cannot run without technology. So the technology definitely help us in reducing friction. The individual labor work can be done at a much better speed, at a much better quality. It also improves governance, supervision, and overall, if you are at a leadership position, it supports your decision making. So it just does not automate the tasks. It provides values. So we use the technology to not only to speed up, but also to keep and check and balance on ourselves, that what extra we can do if we have this technology to replace us. So this is how we not only leverage the technology, but also we challenge ourselves. So we bring more and more technology into the business to challenge ourselves, as well as to get more benefits from the outcomes of that technology. So technology help us in both way, technology per se, and also help us to improve ourselves, that there is a technology which can replace us, so what extra we should do.
Okay. Moving with the next question, what's the best way to handle competition?
Yeah, so competition is everywhere, and in all the domains there is a competition. So I think that it is not intelligent to chase the competition. So I think that it is more about, if you build your institution with strength and credibility, and with trust, and your clients and colleagues and individuals and the companies in your network, they start you know trusting on you, then it is very difficult to copy. Okay. So if you will start chasing the competition, like in innovation, that that company has adopted that sort of innovative tool, so we must buy this. In the long run, it will not be that beneficial. As much you will invest on building institutional strength and your credibility in the market.
Okay. Moving to the next question. How do you prioritize tasks and manage time effectively?
So, of course, we should have standard and preferences, and you should prioritize the things which require more, time, stamina, energy, and resources. So, I prioritize the decisions which are irreversible, or some of the decisions when you make, then there is no chance to revisit these decisions. So the high impact and irreversible decisions, they are those which you should keep on the priority. Everything else can wait, can be delayed, or even if the things goes wrong, you can intervene and you can do it once again. So the first thing is to identify those decisions which are irreversible or which has high impact for your reputation, as I mentioned, and just prioritize them. Everything else can, go side by side, or you can just do them in routine.
Nice. Moving with the next question. What's your take on bootstrapping versus seeking funding?
Well, bootstrapping, it sometimes builds clarity and discipline, I would say. The funding accelerates scale. So I have talked about funding previously as well. The mistake is seeking funding before understanding your real value proposition. So the businesses which come with the real value proposition and they seek funding, they are, quite successful comparatively, who just seek funding. So the bootstrapping, I think that it is more about the vision and the long-term impact, to bring clarity and then to have discipline in your actions and to choose the baby steps. Like, and when you follow these baby steps, you get motivated along this way. So
Okay, great. Moving with the next question. How do you measure success as an entrepreneur?
um, I think that it is more about state of mind. The scalability is visible, finances can be monetized, you can see that money is coming, business is growing. So this is not about the success, I think that it is more about the satisfaction. So the success is longevity with the integrity, I would say, building something that lasts, or that create impacts and earns trust across different stakeholders, and as well as it is not exhausting you, and it is making you happy psychologically. So I think that this is how you can measure the success.
That sounds good. Um, Moving with the next question. What's the biggest opportunity you see in the current market?
There are so many things happening in the market, especially when it comes to the technology. We work in technology, we know that there are so many things which can be anticipated for the next 5 or 10 years. AI revolution is there. So when AI has been installed, now the issues like AI ethics and governance, responsible AI, regulatory technology, not only in terms of the manufacturing of technology, but their deployment, and when it comes to the cross-border governance of the technology, these are the areas where there is an opportunity area, where the law, innovation, and business, they intersect. Yes. So these are the areas. For example, financial technologies, nowadays everyone is talking about digitalization of assets. So real world assets are there, crypto, stable coins. So fintech has revolutionized the businesses. So I think that these are the areas where one should look for an opportunity.
Great. Your next question is, how do you stay updated with industry trends?
I am in academia as well as I do practice. So, as an academician, we do research, we have advisory roles, some arbitration exposure, sometime continuous engagement with different stakeholders across different regions. And I think that the being global, so, the being globals help spot different patterns. So, you know the individuals as well as people coming from different regions. You go there, you talk to them, and this is how you know what is going to happen. So the research, your own research, your own perception about the futuristic society is at one side. On the other side, you should be connected to the individuals who are more futuristic, who are advanced than you, who know more than you, and have conversation with them and learn from their experiences. This is how I stay updated.
Okay. Your next question is, what's your advice for entrepreneurs looking to expand globally?
So my advice would be that never assume that one model fits all. Law, culture, institutions matter more than the scale of the strategies. So, first of all, when it comes to the learning, never stop learning. And from learning, I mean that learning everything. So once we have a specialty, we think that the learning is to be more specialized in our own specialty. But learning, from my point of view, is to learn about everything. So that as a lawyer, you should learn about pharmaceutics, you should learn about financial technologies, you should learn about biology, because law is everywhere. Yes. So as a businessman, you should have the know-how about your product. So keep yourself updating by learning, and be flexible. There is no shame in flipping and switching if you don't like one domain or one area of expertise, but you have an understanding of other areas, a little know-how about something. It will be easy for you to flip and switch to that domain. Yes. So the learning about everything, a little bit about everything, is going to be very beneficial. In the long run, we will have individuals who will not only have specialized expertise in one domain, but they have know-how about many things.
Great. Moving with the next question. What's the one thing you wish you did know when starting out?
I think that in business, in entrepreneurship, or in every profession, I think that the money comes at the second stage. The most important thing is credibility and trust. This is something which we miss. So when we start a business, we think about the revenue generation, we think about the capitalization, we think about how to scale our business, but we don't think about the credibility. you know so the credibility compounds over time, but it lasts much longer. So you have seen that the businesses who are not that financially stable, but they are credible, people like to invest in those businesses. So the one thing which I wish I could know earlier is that we should, in the beginning, think more about establishing our credibility, and money will follow. So the businesses which think about their credibility, trust, value proposition, long term societal impact, ultimately they will make money. Okay. So that's something which I think that I should know at a much earlier stage.
Nice. The next question is, how would you define yourself as a leader?
It is a difficult question. I think that we should stay humble, we should uh, not be a leader, especially if you are entrepreneur. We should be a team player, and the team member, because this hierarchy in the organization, it creates a challenge sometimes. So if you consider yourself a leader, psychologically it is going to impact how you interact with your colleagues. So we don't need leaders, I think that we need more colleagues. And if we look into some of the organizations which are emerging, for example, DAO, decentralized autonomous organizations, they don't have a leadership or corporate governance structure. They have team players. And the big conglomerates or the successful businesses now they are promoting this sort of understanding that we need more and more team player rather than the leaders.
Great. This is your last question for today's session. You need to break the rules if you want to success. Do you agree with this statement?
Yes, I think that innovation should not be uh, coming from the boxes, so when you label certain terminologies, philosophies, ideologies, then you look into the box, and if there is no tool, then you feel a kind of blackout. So innovation comes uh, from coming out of these boxes. Yes, so we should think beyond what others are thinking. So more informal kind of structure, the thought process which can challenge yourself and the society, has more volatility, and we know that in finance, when there is more volatility, it is more financially rewarding. So we should learn about we should train actually ourselves how to take risks, how to adopt different environments, how to learn with the passage of time, and use this for your benefit, and make a web of thought and web of actions rather than going for specific box and putting yourself into those boxes.
Great. Moving ahead, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to Dr. Ammar Younas for being our guest for today at Conversation with Consultants. Your presence and engagement help to make this event successful. Thank you for Thank you for providing insight into your exciting journey. Further, we would
Thank you very
also
much
like
for the
to
invitation.
Further, we would also like to thank our audience for listening patiently throughout the event. Thank you everyone for joining with us today and hope that everyone gains some knowledge from this event. Looking ahead, we are excited to announce that our next episode 93 of Conversation with Consultants will be held soon. We hope to see you all there. Thank you and we look forward to reconnecting with you again. Do subscribe our YouTube channel and follow us all social media handles to stay connected with us. Goodbye and have a great day ahead. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.